Hi and welcome to Best in Tesla. So 2025 is going to be the best year ever in Tesla's history, if you ask me. We have so many new things incoming. More than 10 big things are coming our way from Tesla in 2025. This could be a real pivotal year for Tesla in so many parts of its business. So I think we will not only have a record year for delivery and production, but we will also see many things coming together here in 2025. So let me show you all the things that could happen here in 2025 and give you some estimates for Tesla's deliveries, and let's dive right in. So, are you ready for 2025? Because I think Tesla is gearing up for one hell of a year. Because we will get more new models this year than any other year before it. So let's start with those and end up with some of the more crazy ones and why demand for Tesla's cars might go ballistic this year. So the new Model Y refresh has just started production basically in all of Tesla's 4 factories that are going to produce this vehicle. So Tesla has probably learned a lot from the ramp of the refreshed Model 3 and think they can make this production ramp very smooth and fast, because this is something we have never seen Tesla do before, ramping up a new model or refresh model at the same time in all factories on all continents. So they probably know they can do this very fast, and the reason why they might also want to be doing this as fast as they can is to get that launch ramped up quick and get it out of the way. Not only because it's the world's best-selling car and they want that ramp to be smooth as possible, but they want the ramp to be up and running and over before Tesla introduce the next new models. I personally think that will be the more compact, affordable model that we will see next after the Model Y ramp. A car that will do very well in Europe and China. So Tesla might not start production of this model in all 4 factories, but start production in China first and then Europe and then the US. But no matter what, I think this will be a huge success as Tesla will suddenly enter the affordable market, but it will not feel as cheap as all the other affordable cars people are used to, like the Toyota Aygo or Volkswagen Up and so on, or even the BYD Seagull. Because Tesla will make a very affordable car, but you will still get all the best software in the world in that affordable car. And I will get back to the things that are coming to the cars in a minute when we are going to talk about what else is coming in 2025, but Tesla will of course put in the same chips and hardware and user interface as in every other Tesla, as that will not only make this car cheaper to produce, it will make the cost of producing the Model Y and Model 3 cheaper as well, as suddenly Tesla will get to an even bigger economy of scale on the hardware in their cars. So you will still get the nice software you know from your Tesla, even full self-driving. So this will be the first affordable car in the world that will have the leading full self-driving software as the most expensive cars like Tesla's Model X. In other models from other brands, you don't get much software in the more affordable cars. You will get your Apple CarPlay or whatever, but you will not get Mercedes Level 3 driver assist features in their most affordable models. So we will see leading software capabilities in an affordable car for the first time in history, in my opinion. And also safety as well. The safest assist feature on the planet you will find in a Tesla today, according to Euro NCAP and other official safety testing organizations. So your little affordable Tesla will have better safety assist feature than the most expensive BMW on the market. This will be something very special the world has never seen before. So that is my guess and why I think the demand for this little car will be off the charts. But we have more models coming in 2025. Tesla has always been talking about the new affordable models, so plural. And rumors have it that Tesla will make a 7-seater more affordable kind of Model Y. And this makes completely sense to me because the Model Y is just the best-selling car in the world because it's just a very good all-around family car. If you don't have too many children, that is, because if you have 2 children in a booster seats, there is no way you can have a third person sitting in the back seat. There is simply no room. So if you have 3 children, there is not room for them in the Model Y if just one of them needs a booster seats. But if you still want a Tesla, you suddenly only have the option of going for their very expensive models like the Model S that's a bit wider or the Model X that have a lot of room for the whole family. So Tesla is really missing that affordable option for people who needs more than just 4 persons in the car. So an affordable version of a stripped down kind of Model Y that is a little bit longer so we can get 6 to 7 persons seated comfortably in the car. So that would be my guess for the second Tesla model coming out late in the first half of 2025. And that would again be a killer product with all the features we just talked about with the other affordable compact model. But we're not done with new models just yet, because I think we will also get the last version of the Cybertruck coming out, the $60,000 version of the Cybertruck. And that should get Tesla to the big pile of Cybertruck reservation holders. And I know many think that $60,000 is way too expensive for what Tesla promised at the event, because they said $40,000. Yes, just like everyone else said they would make a $40,000 EV pickup truck and didn't deliver. And Tesla didn't either. But the numbers are much closer than you might think, because $40,000 in 2019, when Tesla revealed the Cybertruck, would be close to $50,000 in today's money when adjusted for inflation. And when Tesla revealed the truck, there was no tax incentive for EVs in the US, so we can add another $7,500 to the price without the price really increasing for the customers. So we are looking at a price that could be $57,500, and that would be equal to $40,000 in 2019 without any incentives. So Tesla is only a couple of $1,000s off their original price, but the truck has just been delayed several years. So not bad, and I think this will do very well, as you will get one of the most high-tech cars on the market with steer-by-wire, 1 gig Ethernet, and all that good stuff, and many features the Cybertruck has. So that is another exciting model coming out here in 2025, is my guess anyway. But we are not done with new models coming out, because we cannot forget about Tesla's semi-truck. Not exactly a new model, as Pepsi and others has been testing it out for 2 years, but the final version with all the learnings Tesla has done through the last couple of years will be coming out of the factory they are building right now. And they will probably start some low volume production this year and get to real volume production in 2026. But this truck is going to be such a game changer for the trucking industry. And Tesla is not kidding around and just aiming for a few hundred of the trucks a year, as we see with many other brands like Scania, Volvo and others. They are aiming for 50,000 units a year. They will suddenly become a big player in the trucking industry. And that game changer will probably start for real at the end of 2025 in low volume. So that is a lot of new models coming to market in 2025, but I think overall demand will increase in 2025, not just because of the 2 new affordable models and so on, but also because of the other features Tesla will bring to market in 2025. So one of the smaller things that will probably come in 2025 is the Grok integration with your Tesla. We are still waiting for Grok 3, but I think we have something really special coming with that version. And I think it would be pretty easy for someone like Tesla and XAI with their big brains to integrate this into Tesla's user interface. As we also know, we can already talk to Grok with our voice, so to make it talk back should not be that difficult. So I think we are going to see this at some point here in 2025. And I think this is a feature feature that people will find fun and useful, and having a test drive in a Tesla where you can talk to the car like it's Kit from the Knight Rider.
Do you wish further information on Silicon Valley?
Hell no, I want to know who you are and how you're listening in.
It's going to make people want the car even more and make the other EVs feel a little dull. And every Tesla owner we have today will also get this feature, and then they can show all this off to their friends, and that will also make some nice free advertising for Tesla's cars. And all of that will be done with an over-the-air free software update sometime during 2025, in my opinion. But the big one, of course, is Tesla releasing unsupervised full self-driving in the US. If they can pull that off, that will change the game completely, as then Tesla's cars, both the Model 3 and Model Y, but also the more affordable model coming out, are going to be able to drive themselves in the US. This will, without a doubt, create a lot of demand for Tesla's cars in the US. But also in Europe and China, as Tesla is only waiting for regulatory approval for supervised full self-driving version 13 to Europe and China. So if that happens during 2025, I think the demand for Tesla cars will also go off the charts in Europe and China. And here in Europe, it will feel like Tesla just went from an okay system to a crazy high level of full self-driving for the people that have not been following the story in the US. And I think this is something most people will love to have access to, especially the combination of the compact Tesla that will come out this year with full self-driving version 13 will be a very big hit both in China and Europe. So even if we don't get unsupervised, just the supervised version 13 will bring in some huge demand for Tesla. So I think Tesla will only be limited by production here in 2025, as the demand could become very big for an affordable car that can drive itself. And speaking of a car that can drive itself, I think if Tesla solve unsupervised full self-driving here in 2025, Tesla will also launch the Cybertruck in small volume to test it out and get all the learnings and data to be ready for volume production sometime in 2026. So if we get unsupervised full self-driving, we will also start to see Cybertrucks in low volume numbers, testing it out on the streets of probably Texas and California. So that should also give Tesla even more demand, as Tesla is suddenly no longer the company that has been screaming wolf for 5 years. The wolf has finally arrived. So when it comes to sales, well, my guess is 2.2 million units produced and sold. I know that if you give Tesla's two new, more affordable models about 50,000 units each and the Cybertruck about 100,000, we end up around the 2 million mark for 2025 if everything else stays the same. But I don't think that everything else will just stay the same, because if Tesla really does deliver on the unsupervised full self-driving, the demand is going to be bananas. And I think the demand for the new refreshed Model Y will be much higher with all the new nice features and the full self-driving version 13 unsupervised and supervised in China and Europe. And the same thing goes for the refreshed Model 3 that is already in full volume production. The Model Y still has to ramp up production lines in all 4 factories, so we could see a drop in sales on the Model Y because of it. But I think Tesla has learned a lot from the ramp of the Model 3 refreshed, so I think this will be a very smooth and fast ramp. And even here in the beginning of the year in China, we see that Tesla is already ahead, even without the refreshed Model Y hitting the streets yet. So I still think we will see about 1.2 million units sold in 2025. I know someone like Troy Tesla has an estimate of 1.9 optimistic and 1.8 realistic and 1.7 below expectation. So he thinks that Tesla will actually shrink or stay at the same this year. I find that very unlikely, but it is very, very difficult to predict what will happen in the beginning of the year, and it will become easier the more data we get throughout the year. And Troy did estimate 2.06 million in deliveries in the beginning of 2024 for the full year. So he was off by 14% in 2024. So I hope he will be off with about the same amount here in 2025, but to the upside and not the downside. And Brian from the Next Big Future is more optimistic and think a realistic number is 2.3 million. So we are definitely more in line. And Brian has been very good at predicting the future before, so I hope he will be right on this one as well. But analysts expect Tesla to sell around 2.07 million vehicles this year, up 16% from 2024, according to analyst forecast compiled by FactSet. So we have numbers ranging from 1.7 to 2.5 million. So a very big gap here in the beginning of the year, as they usually are, but we will see how it all goes. But we are not done yet with things coming in 2025, because we have a whole new factory in China producing megapacks, and Lathrop is running at full capacity. So we should see a very nice boost to Tesla's energy storage production. My guess is something like 60 gigawatt hours of energy storage is produced, up from about 31.4 gigawatt hours, or at least that was what Tesla deployed in 2024. So this should bring some nice profits for Tesla in 2025. But the most important thing is, of course, Optimus. Not that it will contribute to any profits in 2025, but Tesla will deploy over 1,000 robots in their factories this year, getting ready for volume production in 2026. And we all know that this is the future of Tesla's valuation, so this is just a very important product for Tesla to show the world. And if they can show Optimus working in their factories in the thousands, I think that more Wall Street analysts are going to put some value in their valuation model of Tesla. They kind of have to, as 50 to 100,000 robots produced in 2026, as Elon said they are aiming for, will be quite valuable for Tesla. Not just on the sales price, but probably on some kind of software subscription for many, many years to come. And Wall Street will finally have something they can put into their spreadsheet and start believing the story of the humanoid robot. So yes, we have an insane year ahead of us if all of this comes true. But let me know what you think down below. What products am I missing? What will not happen? And what are your estimates of production and so on? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.